In light of Halloween Ends coming out, I see everybody ranking the franchise, so I'm gonna do it too. Halloween 1978 is undoubtedly the best in the whole franchise. This movie is just so iconic, and it introduced one of the most iconic villains and final girls of all time. It still holds up to this day, and this movie is just very tough to beat. After that, my next favorite is Halloween 2018. Obviously, this one was intended as a direct sequel to the 78 Halloween, and I think it was spot on. They blew it out of the water. They did such a great job with this movie. This movie was Jamie Lee Curtis at her peak for me. Next up is Halloween 4, and I feel like this one gets slept on a lot, and people don't give it the love that it deserves. I love this movie. I love Jamie's character. I love how it introduced a young Danielle Harris. I just love this movie. I feel like a lot of people don't like Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween, but I love it. I just love Rob Zombie in general and love most everything he's ever done. I like the way that we got to see a little bit into Michael's past with this one. And it was just so brutal and gory in true Rob Zombie fashion, and I love everything about it. Next up, I have Halloween H2O. I love how Jamie returned to this one and Laurie's whole story. And after the way Halloween Ends played out, in my mind, this is the true ending of the Laurie Michael saga. Like, the guy she decapitated was actually Michael in my mind. I think the original Halloween 2 is a great continuation of the 1978 Halloween. And this is the one where we really understood that Michael was absolutely unstoppable and was just going to keep coming back. Next up, I have Halloween 5. Again, I love Jamie's character. I love that they brought her back. And I just love how this one plays out. I actually liked Halloween Kills, and I feel like I'm in the minority for that. But I feel like this movie was just Michael at his peak. Was it incredibly unbelievable? Yeah, but it was so gory and so fun. Next, I have Halloween 3, and I enjoy this movie, but the only reason I have it ranked so low is just because obviously it's not a Michael Myers movie. So I almost didn't put it on this list at all because I kind of think of it as like a movie very separate from the Halloween franchise. But regardless, it's still good. It's a movie that I love to watch every Halloween. Up until this point, every movie that I've mentioned, I actually really enjoy. So it was hard to rank all of those. But now we're getting into the territory of the movies that I'm not really crazy about. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I definitely will watch this movie. And like I said, I absolutely love Rob Zombie, but I'm just not crazy with the direction that he went with in this movie. Okay, so the next few are just the ones that I downright dislike. Halloween 6, I just don't like this movie. And don't get me wrong, I still watch every single Halloween every year, whether I like them or not, and I still find them all entertaining. But I just don't like the supernatural elements that were brought into this one. I'm sure this is no surprise to anybody because I don't actually think I've ever heard anybody say that they like Halloween Resurrection. This one is just straight up comical. Again, I will watch it just out of pure entertainment, but it's so dumb and it's so bad. And yup, that's right. In absolutely dead last, I have Halloween Ends. I did a video review of this explaining why I hated it, but I despise this movie so much. Like I said with the other ones, even though they're bad and they're laughable, like I'll watch them every year, but I straight up have no desire to watch this movie ever again in my whole life.